Alright, this ought to be working now. It's such a pain. I really need to just burn everything down and start over sometimes, unfortunately. Alright, so Kamelica, I actually don't have any need of that particular service for the Souls games in particular, because thanks to my work on the guides, I've had access to debug versions of all of the Souls games, so no-clip is just a feature that's enabled by default in the debug versions, and I've had the ability to explore out of bounds in the Souls games freely for my work on the guides, so I appreciate it, Kamelica, but it's a bit redundant for me. No, Sileo, not quite. Although, you'd think that to look at the main character, wouldn't you? So... let me briefly... Yeah, Decoy, sometimes there are purposes to that as well. In Bloodborne, actually, if you... in Central Yharnam, or in the Cathedral Ward, rather, if you were to happen to somehow gain the ability to float a very great distance above the map, like if you could just go to the center of the Cathedral Ward and just fly straight up into the air, if you were to look down in that situation, you would see a bunch of kanji written on the tops of some of the buildings in that area to denote which pathways lead where, as developer references, basically. There's all kinds of interesting stuff that's hidden just out of sight. Hi, Breakfast. You haven't actually missed anything. We are just starting here. That 20 minutes was the pre-stream. Well, Breakfast, those are more tricks of perspective. And yeah, the way that they design environments in 3D games, they design them in such a way that the environment looks realistic from the angles at which the player is going to be seeing it. But almost universally, if you were to float high enough in the air or get to an angle that you're not supposed to be able to stand at, you would see that a lot of the background elements that are visible from the places where the player is normally meant to be able to walk are actually just floating in the air. But they are layered behind each other so as to create a convincing illusion of a contiguous three-dimensional world beyond where the player is. So, let's just take a quick look at what we're dealing with here. This is where we are at with our main character. And all we have left now is to go get the Masakados Magatama, which we're going to do first. And then go beat the game. I guess maybe we'll go recruit Dante finally as well, even though we're not going to be able to use him, because by the time you can actually recruit him, he's pretty useless, because unfortunately the developers decided not to give him the Pierce ability. Yes, Sileo. because it's the only stat that the Masakados Magatama doesn't boost. So, this is the team we're working with. We are now completely done with any demon fusion for the rest of this playthrough, which is probably only going to be the next few hours. I've got my entire team pretty much as I want them. We're going to... No, Soleo, that's completely rational, because they gave Raido Pierce in the Japan exclusive version of this game. They just didn't give it to Dante for whatever reason. And also, you don't get Dante until so late in the game that because he does not have Pierce, there's no point in ever using him.
Greetings, undead warrior.
Well, Decoy, the secret final boss for the ending we've gotten is always a problem, no matter how strong you are. Sam, thank you so much for the resub. Welcome back. Really appreciate that. My parents don't have to know, Sam. It's none of their business. I'm a big boy now. I earn my own money and pay my own bills. So, I've gone out of my way to pretty much just set up as many demons as possible for super ridiculous physical Pierce crit builds. And that's more or less where we're at here. Unfortunately, with some of these demons, I didn't have time to get them enough levels to fully max out all their stats, but luck really doesn't matter in this game. It might as well do nothing. It's totally useless, and there's no point in ever focusing on it. Hey, Soulpice! So we've got a team that's quite well-rounded with mostly physical attackers that have the ability to strike through any form of physical defense via Pierce. No, unfortunately, Innocent Art Cat, you can't. Dante cannot be fused like regular demons. You cannot fuse him, sadly. Yeah, right, Ayaya? At least in some games it's useful because it gives you the additional chance to deal critical hits or get better items or something like that. They made it useful in Persona 5, but in this game it's completely... like, the luck stat in this game might as well not exist. And we've got Daisojo. I set him up as mainly a healer, but also as a physical attacker. And you'll notice I refused him so that he had a different moveset. I had to sacrifice a lot of elemental defense on these demons over what I had before, which is unfortunate, but none of the bosses at the end of the game really use elemental attacks anyway. So it's better to just have the buffs and healing moves that you want. You'll also notice that I didn't have Daisojo keep his Preach attack, because at this point that attack is worthless. What's more important is to have things like Dekunda, Dekaja. At the end of the game especially, you really want buffs, and you really want stuff like Prayer, Samaric Harm. With Daisojo in particular, Meditation is really handy because it's basically a life drain type spell that lets him steal MP, so he can just keep healing infinitely without my having to use items on him. Alive, Empress Moth! I haven't streamed for 4 days. Not all of them Full Metal, but they all have close to max stats, if not max stats. So I did also end up deciding that I wanted a backup healer, And for that purpose, I went with Trumpeter. Trumpeter is normally, like, his starting moves are garbage. He starts with all 4 group target elemental nukes. And because he doesn't get the boost abilities for those respective nukes, there's no point in really keeping them. And it's really difficult to get rid of all of them. This is, unfortunately, the best you end up being able to do with him. But I was able to fuse him with Dekunda and Dekaja, for the enemies that like using that stuff. He learns Makakaja naturally, and that's handy, because you need Makakaja in order to get Megidolon to do any decent damage. His gimmick moves are not really all that great, although Holy Melody is handy for fighting bosses, because bosses will almost always have the highest HP in the battle, so Holy Melody will universally heal a member of your party until you get the boss to the point where they're 1 or 2 hits away from death anyway. But he's another demon who can use prayer if he has to. He's got Megidolon, so he can deal damage if necessary. Well, Full Metal, I don't like having a non-optimal party. You know, if I'm going to be doing all the endgame secret stuff, I am damn well going to be prepared with optimal demons. I refused Metatron as well, and again, I had to sacrifice a bunch of his elemental resistances. I was able to keep resistance to physical damage, which is by far the most important. Everything uses physical attacks, so Fist Drain will never not be useful. But I was able to, and this was a bitch to do, I was able to fuse him with all 4 buffs, as well as Debilitate. So he's really important. This is a really important type of demon to have at the end of the game. Dravenus, thank you so much for the resub. Welcome back. And welcome back, Ayaya, as well. I hope you got some good food. Only when it's appropriate for emphasis, Decoy. Oh, thank you for reminding me, Monotone. I need to, set that for next month. Ha! Hello, Fearless Coward. Welcome. The Harlot, I ended up having to refuse her as well, unfortunately. And again, I had to get rid of a bunch of her elemental resistances, which I really would have liked to keep if possible, but she did not have an optimal setup for damage dealing, which is really what I wanted her for. And this is what I ended up with instead. Victory Cry is really handy. She didn't have an actual proper AoE physical attack, and she didn't have Pierce. So... Ah, very nice, Ayaya. I would love to have some of that right about now. Okay, Rosie, have a good one. Take it easy. Thanks for joining us. A well-call sign, that's kind of her job, given that she is the harlot. It is Innocent Art Cat, because the old SMT games, and even some of the Persona games, all the way up until Persona 4 Golden, didn't allow you to choose what skills your demons were going to inherit. So you were basically stuck just re-rolling a fusion over and over and over again, until you got the exact combination of freaking skills you wanted. Which is just one more way in which Japan is so far behind the rest of the developed world that it took them that long to decide that maybe this was a nice thing to do, and that maybe this is what a modern game should have, is the ability to freaking choose what skills a demon is going to inherit, so that you don't have to sit there and waste literally days. Like, we've got 270 hours in this playthrough so far. At least 200 of those hours were spent just on demon fusion and grinding levels, which is ridiculous. So we've got Vishnu, who also has a super ridiculous physical build. And this is how sad this game's balance is, unfortunately, is that magic at this point in the game becomes worthless for dealing damage. Absolutely worthless. Sam, it depends. I might go back to Resident Evil 2 Remake and do Leon A. But there are a couple of other games that I had on the docket as well that, that I've been thinking of as well. Hey, Mortiferum! Decoy, I just don't think they were thinking. I think probably the drastic imbalance and how useless magic becomes probably never occurred to the developers until the very end. Until it was too late, you know? Because they give you all these ridiculous abilities that make physical attacks universally the best, and they give you none of that for magic. Like, Mind Charge didn't exist in this game. There was no such ability. And there's also no equivalent of Pierce for spells, other than Megidolone. And Megidolone will never do as much damage as a physical attack under the same circumstances, even if you fully Rakunda the enemy and fully Makakaja your casters. Megidolone will still only, at most, do about 1,000 damage. And you can get physical, like, with full Dekunda and Tarukaja and Pierce and Focus and a crit on the True Demon ending boss, you can hit upwards of 10,000 damage, which with a little bit of luck we'll be able to do. You can't do anywhere near that with magic. In terms of balance, Ayaya, I would argue it's worse, even. Well, Fearless Coward, it depends. The mainline ones, a lot of them do, but they actually finally figured out how to balance it more or less evenly in the Persona games, at least the later ones. Like, my final team in Persona 5 ended up being... I had one Persona that was completely focused on gun damage, because they give you the ability to make gun damage really powerful in Persona 5, which I really appreciate. And gun damage is actually viable in places where physical damage isn't, because there are so few demons that have any kind of resistance to gun. Physical damage is still obviously a great build in Persona 5, and magic damage finally ends up being on par. Like, you can deal as much damage with a Mind Charge Megidolone with full buffs and debuffs as you can with a fully, you know, focused and buffed physical attack. But they're pretty even. I don't know, Decoy. P5 was only easy if you went to the trouble of min-maxing. There were still, like, the endgame especially, P5 was challenging for, I think, the average casual player. The only people who are going to breeze through the end of that game are people like me who put in the time and who understand how fusion works and who know what skills to carry over. The average player who's just kind of messing around and not really paying attention to that is still going to have a tough time with the last third or so of P5. I mean, presuming you're playing on hard mode, where anything is a challenge, of course. Alright, so that's Vishnu. Shiva, I've set up with almost an identical build. Hasohapa is basically just the version of Hades Blast that can be used by demons which have weapons. Hades Blast is just the same thing, except it's used by demons that don't have weapons. But pretty much an identical build on Shiva. as on Vishnu. They're pretty much identical demons, in fact. They have the same model, just slightly modified visually. And the only real difference here is that Shiva has Debilitate, where Vishnu has Prayer. So Vishnu can do some backup healing if necessary. But their resistances are almost identical. And then I've set up Surt. Surt is a really interesting demon in this game. He is unique in that he is the only demon whose physical attack, like his normal attack, is actually an elemental attack. And so you end up with interesting situations in battle where Surt's physical attack will actually damage enemies that are immune to physical but not immune to fire. And if you give Surt Pierce, he becomes able to damage enemies that are resistant, null, or absorb with fire. So he can actually strike through all forms of fire defense with Pierce, except for fire repel. Which is really great, because that gives him the ability to use normal attacks even on enemies that repel physical damage. So I've covered up his ice weakness. Unfortunately, I was not able to fit a physical damage resistance on him because he starts with one innate skill too many. And unfortunately, in order for me to be able to give him all the other important skills, like Pierce, Fire Boost, and Ice Drain, as well as Might and Focus, I had to sacrifice physical damage resistance for him, which really hurts, but he's still very useful. And his Fire Elemental physical attack is affected by normal crits, so even though it's an elemental attack, it can crit, and it is subject to Focus, so you can boost it with Focus, and it's also subject to Fire Boost. So if you give Surt Fire Boost, his normal attacks do 50% more damage. And he learns Attack All innately, so you basically end up with a super powerful physical attacker that can strike through almost any defense and can hit all enemies in a single normal attack. So he is the only demon that you can do this with because of the way his physical attack works. Hello, Ultimate Gilly. Welcome. Good to see you again. Yeah, they had him kneeling Ayaya because he's so large that if he were standing, he would take up the whole screen. Yeah, Sileo, although Ragnarok is the highest damage fire elemental attack in the game, and even without boosting his magic or debuffing the enemy, Ragnarok with Fire Boost can still hit for upwards of 1,000 damage. Spellforce, it's because I grew up in America. I was born in Germany, but I only lived there for about 4 years. The first 4 years of my life before my parents and I moved to Connecticut. Hello, Big Glow. Welcome. Well, Ultimate Gilly, it's available on PSN if you have a PS3. Something like that, Ayaya. Yeah. Well, Captain Sama, to a certain extent because I felt guilty about the circumstances under which I left, and because I hadn't had a choice in the matter, but also because education is a hell of a lot less expensive here, and we actually have a healthcare system that works. Among other reasons. But those are the main ones. And cost of living is lower here. Although, in some ways, it's still quite expensive to live where I live. But... Just telling the truth, Ayaya. Alright, and what else? I think that's it. Then we've just got our utility Pisaka. I do, Captain Sama, because I have to for work. I mean, I like Berlin. Berlin is a great city. The food here is fantastic. The local public transit is passable. You know, it works. It's decent. Well, Decoy, he's the party member that you never have in your active lineup. Like, he's the freeloader who never has to do any heavy lifting. He just kind of sits back on the sidelines and occasionally casts Estoma or Ribarama, and then just sits there eating potato chips the rest of the time. And boy, with a mouth like that, he does burn through some potato chips. And that's all he does, while everyone else is out there getting their hands dirty and bloodying the ground and just slaughtering and piling up corpses. This guy's just sitting there. Oh, every fresh Kagutsuchi cycle, he casts Estoma. That's it. Just eating them potato chips. Guzzling that post-apocalyptic Mountain Dew. Yeah, Sileo, yeah, he's that guy. This is the guy you don't want showing up at your Super Bowl party, Pisaka, because he'll just pick up the entire bowl of Chex Mix and just dump it into his chest. And that'll be it. He'll do the same thing with all the hot wings. And no one else will get any. Yeah, it probably is Soul Pice. Although apparently the vending machines still work in the post-apocalypse. They apparently dispense Soma. Yeah, something like that, Decoy. Yeah, that's true, Breakfast. The beverage company's got a head start on that one. Yeah, Captain Sama, Scyther is better. I always go with Scyther anyway. Decoy, mouths in chests is not a new concept. That's been done in... Forget horror, it's been done in mythology. For hundreds of years. Alright, so first things first. Now that we have the Sword of Masakado... to a certain extent, Decoy, yes. Actually, I don't think this is where I want to be. We need to use the... We need to warp, is what we need to do. I have not, Innocent Art Cat. I haven't played any of the handheld ones. Because I do not have any handhelds on which to play them. I think we need to go to the Assembly of Nihilo Marunouchi. Alright. Not before Trumpeter Decoy, but by the end of the Tower of Kagutsuchi, yes. Alright, okay, there's the exit. No, Decoy, because you fight them in the tower, remember? And Trumpeter you fight long before that. You fight him, for some reason, you fight him in a train station. Ah, don't worry, Decoy, it happens. I am old too, and I forget things all the time. Long ago, there was a hero who fought against the tides of time in pursuit of a better world. His name was Lord Masakado Taira, which they didn't bother switching the order of his names in the English localization, it looks like. He's probably watching over us even now. Yeah, it's almost like he's right over here. You see the grave of Masakado. The Lord's blade began to shine. You are surrounded by a bright light. And here we are at Bando's Shrine. sort of a secret hidden area. Fortunately, the puzzles here, if you could even really call them that, are not too bad. His lordship is in that shrine. You must lower the 4 pillars and defeat the 4 devas in order to see him. But the 4 devas are really strong, so be careful. This guy is not kidding. We've used all 4 of these guys actually in our party at certain points before now. But they're an entirely different story when you fight them. The only thing is, I don't quite remember... Okay, no, that's a dead end. There we go. So this one, I think, is going to be the lightning guy. And... that being the case... we're going to want the harlot. Who else? Does anyone else have resistance to lightning? Ice. Fire and ice. Oh, wait, no! Elec, yeah. We'll bring Cert. And... we'll bring Daisojo. And actually, we will switch to... where is it? I could have sworn there was a Magatama that drains electricity. Well, we'll go with Repel then. Though actually... Deathbed, what is this? Oh! Why, Deathbed? Alright, let's do this. Will you lower the pillar? Yes! He's a big boy. Are you attempting to lower this pillar? If you plan on entering the shrine, overcome my ordeal. Let us begin. All right. Focus. Debilitate. Focus. Focus. Good job, idiot. Pass. debilitate. Yeah, I guess we might as well get in some damage now. Look at that damage! Attack. Look at that damage, too. Debilitate again. I don't remember if this guy has Dekunda. Sure is dumb, though. This is our 4th debilitate. So now we are going to swap Metatron out for Daisojo. Also, take a look at how large these 3 party members are compared to the Demi-Fiend, now that we can see them all from afar. Like, look at how big Cert is, and now you kind of understand why he's kneeling. Because if Cert were standing, he would tower over every other ally in your party. And it's kind of unfortunate that you don't really see how big these demons are until you summon them like this. But it's something I've always appreciated about this game is that, yeah, they don't shrink all that much when they join your party. Because even Zochoten over there, he's just the same size as the 3 demons in my party, which they, I believe, are the same size they are when you fight them. It always pissed me off in older games how, in the extremely rare event that you were even able to recruit boss characters in the first place, they would always be shrunk when they joined your party. They don't do that here. So now we'll start getting some Tagakaja going. Let's see how her physical attack does, actually. Not bad. Not bad. Will Dekaja him? Have Cert focus. Wow. Yeah, Artista, I do too. Tagakaja. And this might... No, I don't think this will finish it. Not quite, but look at that. 8,000 damage. This guy has a total of 20,000 HP, I think. Oh, there we go. Well done. It sort of looks like it, doesn't it, All Salt? It occurs to me... I don't think I ever brought a demon that could heal out of battle. Whoops. Hey, Denim! Hello, Johnny! Yes, not only did I fuse them, I made sure that their in absolute peak fighting condition. It is and it's not, Denim. This is a side area where we get the ultimate Magatama, which makes us immune to everything. Yeah, Johnny, this is how I handle these kinds of situations. Vishnu and Shiva are the same here. We've got them set up with super duper physical damage builds. I think the next one we're going to be fighting is Bishamon, which means we need fire. Alright, who here has fire resistance? Cert definitely does. Ice. Okay. So, in that case, we are going to bring... We're going to bring Vishnu and Shiva, actually. Because they have half resistance to every element. Yeah, Johnny, the ones that actually have weapons are the most interesting to me. Like, Zocho-ten and I think Komoku-ten are not as interesting to me because they're just carrying, I guess, ceremonial implements. I'm not even sure what they're supposed to be. But Jikoku-ten and Bishamon-ten, they've got, I think Jikoku-ten has a sword and Bishamon-ten has a spear. So they look like they're actual, proper fighters. Yeah, Nerevarine King, I personally have always liked Beelzebub's design in the SMT and Persona games, at least his fly design. His human design is just kind of, whatever. But this I like. Alright, are we set to go? I think we are. Let me just make sure we have the right Magatama. Yes, we do. There he is! I was wondering what warrior was strong enough to enter here. Well, if it isn't Franz. So, you're trying to get into the shrine? Then you should already know that you must defeat me, or the path shall never be opened. Let us begin! We've already fought him once before, for those of you who missed it, but... Oh, this is how it's gonna be, huh? Well, in that case... Yeah, Neoversi, isn't it? And that he's wasting all his turns on it. So, in that case... we're just going to have to out-debilitate him, aren't we? Oh, actually, Surt's not going to be useful here, because Bishamon 10 repels fire. This guy right here... is an idiot. Well, yeah, but what it actually is it is one cast each of Dekunda, Sukunda, and Tarunda all rolled into one spell. So it's really handy. And now he's going to cast Fire Magic. Oh, no, he's not. He's going for Megidolo. This is why you fully debilitate this guy. I think one more should do. Yep, that's number 4. We're going to Dekaja him. And we're going to pass, and Daisojo is going to heal. So we are going to Sukukaja. Gonna heal everyone up again. Kaiser, I guess, can use a Chakra Pot on Metatron. Because Metatron, unfortunately, I wasn't able to fit Life Drain into his build. Because he only has 3 open slots, and... I needed them for other things. Look at him, he did 1100 damage to himself just there. And we'll get Rakukaja going as well for some defense. Oh, we're focused already, okay. Oh, he's going for it. Good job, idiot! Focus, you really want to get your buffs up for this battle. Oh, whoops. We've already... I lost count. This guy right here, man. Well, yeah, Maryland. That's the idea. And debuff this poor sap to max debuff. Now let's get some Tarukaja. Oh, he didn't like that. Now he's just going to waste his turn. We'll go Rakukaja again. And Dekunda. He did not dispel the debilitate on him, though. What's he gonna go for? That's probably the most dangerous thing he's done. Look at that. That counter for 3,000 damage. What we're gonna do here... Whoops, okay. This guy... Alright, Rakukaja. And Daisojo is going to steal some MP. Look at that, almost 200 MP. Cert can pass, and Metatron can Tarukaja. I think he's done more damage to himself at this point than we have. There he goes. Well done. Johnny, Cert is causing Bishamonten to waste his turns. Because Cert absorbs fire. And Cert is also passing on his turn to Metatron. So that Metatron can get in an extra buff or debuff. Cert cannot damage Bishamonten because Bishamonten repels fire. But it's worth still having Cert there just because Cert wastes his turns by absorbing fire. Yeah, Fruit Pie, he can, but that's why you bring units that absorb fire. And that absorb or repel physical. Because that way, when the boss tries to use Tempest, one or more of your party members absorb or repel it, and then he loses all the rest of the turns that he got from Dragon Eye. Like, that's how you counteract Dragon Eye. What is this, Waifung? Let's see. I have no idea what I'm looking at here, Waifung. Yeah, they did that to all the late-game Personas Hearts of Silver, because they don't give you a way to boost your Persona's stats. So everything late-game that doesn't have good resistances is useless. And... Oh, Mark, thank you so much for the Tier 3 resub. Really appreciate that. Welcome back, man. How you doing, Mark? Oh, okay, Waifung. I still, even knowing that, I can't tell what's going on in those images. Those are those Japanese anime games that just... They've got so many meters and bars and such busy UIs, I can't even see what's happening behind it. Hey, Cybertron! Yeah, Hearts of Silver, they did the same thing to Lucifer and a bunch of the other endgame personas that used to be really good. In P5, they just got nerfed into uselessness. It burns my eyes too, Captain Sama. Hello, Game Buster. Welcome. Yeah, it's waifung. It's just a really busy UI. Really distracting. And even with Persona 5, the UI in Persona 5 was really distracting. It just wasn't busy. It still hurt my eyes, though. Granted, it hurt them with stylishness, but it still hurt them. Ah, okay. So next, I think, is going to be Jikokuten? I don't remember. Yeah, Sam, I got used to it after a while. You know, I like the way it looks, the Persona 5 UI, except that it hurts my eyes. Let me put it this way, Sam, and I'm sure you kind of understand what I'm talking about here. The UI in Persona 5 is like... It's like a gorgeous girl with a fantastic body, except she wears the most garish, eye-burning clothes. You know? It's kind of like that. Like, you want to keep looking at her, but it hurts your eyes to do so. Alright, what the hell? I always forget where the path is. Hello, Jimmy 2 Feet, welcome! Yeah, Sam, my eyes aren't great either, but... if you can see well enough to be able to type in Twitch chat, you can see well enough to be able to appreciate a pretty girl. Or a stylish UI. Oh, amateur, I was summarizing the UI design in Persona 5. Right, I think the path was over here somewhere. It's just that I have to... I think there was a ramp? What the hell? Oh, okay, I see it. I already went and forgot. You mean P5R, Maryland? Is that being announced this month? I swear to God, Johnny, if it is a racing game, I'm gonna be really disappointed. Okay, yeah, this is where it is. Just because of the camera perspective, you can't really see that this is a ramp. So I forget that it's here. Yeah, Jimmy, that was one of the relatively rare cases where a Japanese developer went, hey, what if we did something new? And it didn't blow up in their faces. P5 Rastafari. Yeah, that'd be the day. Their persona summoning tools are just big old joints. Right above here, his lordship is up there. Alright, well, let's see. This, I think... This, I think, is going to be the wind guy. Drain force. No, wait, you know what? I think this is the ice guy. What the hell? We don't have anything that does more than null ice. Oh, is that an animation studio, Sam? I'm not familiar with them. I think this is the ice guy. Ah, I see, Sam. All right. I'm so torn here because I can't remember which freaking boss this is. Okay, Sam, thank you. Yeah, Lord Gwyn, you guys should. If you're talking about the ending to Catherine. Alright, let's see. He's fine, he's fine. He's fine. Right, in before this is the guy who uses wind. Are you attempting to lower this pillar? If you plan on entering the shrine, you must defeat me. Now let us fight. Let's find out if this is the ice guy. Yup, it's the ice guy. Okay. That's good. Jin, please do move that over to the spoiler saloon, if you don't mind. Yeah, Johnny, it does. Alright, let's... Oh, okay. Right, that's 4 debilitates. $1,800, not bad. And we will swap in Daisojo from Metatron, now that the boss is fully debuffed. Get some Tarukaja going. Yeah, all this guy seems to want to do for now is spam ice magic, so... Yeah, Waifung, it does not, unfortunately. Hey, Yami. I don't know, Waifung. Shuffle time was the only thing that made the higher level endgame personas in P4G usable, because it was the only way that you could boost the stats of a persona that already pretty much had its stats forcibly allocated when you got it, and only had 2 or 3 more levels left to go before max level. Look at that, 3,600 damage from Ragnarok. Oh, nice, Yami. Good job. Create another account, Yami. Or, you know, use a VPN. Yeah, Yami, so VPN is your friend. Can't believe I forgot to bring a persona that can heal out of battle. Oh, Johnny, there's a minigame in the 4th Kalpa. It's one of those stupid Kalpa tunnel things. But you can earn about 43,000 Maka from it in 2 minutes. When you get decent enough at it. Only that one, Waifung. They're useless before that. And it's still kind of a miserable minigame, because just doing the same thing over and over again sucks. Barbados, Clockwork, are you on vacation? Alright, so all that's left now is the wind guy. Drain force. There we go. And unfortunately, Cert won't be much help there. I don't think we actually have anyone else who is immune to wind. Missing Empress? Like I said, I've been gone 4 days. Just because I had some errands and other responsibilities I needed to straighten out. And now we're gonna finish up Nocturne. Yeah, I think the best we're gonna be able to do here is, Vishnu and Shiva, who are half-resistant. To all magic elements. Oh, for God's sake, Ayaya. Yeah, I know. I know. I don't need Marcus to tell me that. I'm already well aware. Alright, let's see. Alright, what the heck? I could have sworn there was a path to a cache cube from down here, but I guess it's over there. That's the way we came in? Yeah, Mark, what was I thinking? Okay. Alright, there's one. Ooh, 50,000 Maka. Yeah, Shindil, it's funny you say that, because this is something we've talked about here on more than one occasion before. The fact that just the internet providing so much instant gratification has had a very profound effect on people's expectations in developed countries where the internet is commonly used. It's had a very profound impact on people's expectations of pretty much getting anything they want immediately. What do you mean, Yami? Living by day? Oh, day by day. Well, Cybertron, and yeah, there's also the unfortunately, sadly mistaken attitude that people who provide entertainment are just robots, and that they are somehow able to provide it 24/7. I think a lot of that is the fact that when you have an LP channel, or really any kind of channel, that has a backlog, you know, that does daily uploads or daily streams or everything like that. It's really hard to maintain a backlog. And then if you have to go away for a few days and there aren't uploads, people get super pissed. They're like, where's my fucking LP episode today? What are we fucking... Because they forget, or just have been conditioned not to care, that you have a real life. Are you attempting to lower this pillar? Let us find out if this battle is an ordeal or divine retribution. No, waifu, please don't encourage people to do that. If you tell people to stop watching, I'll be out of a job. Listen to the sound Shiva makes. Oh, that's crazy. This guy right here. Alright, that's 4 debilitates. Well, Yami, but those are 2 black and white extremes. There is a middle ground, and that's what people tend to forget about. Yeah. Nice, Sam. No, thanks for the free healing, dude. Right, we're going to swap in Daisojo now. Dekunda. Focus. Way to go, idiot. You're gonna pass. Shiva is gonna focus. Daisojo is gonna Dekaja. Ah, God, I love that. Yeah, Sam, Teddy is garbage in general. It's unfortunate that you ever get stuck with him. Oh, don't feel bad, Zabroniath. These are bosses that would happily steamroll me if I gave them the chance. Let me just see. No? Okay, I guess we didn't fully debilitate him. Well, yeah, even if you only play a couple of hours a day, you'll finish it eventually. Though I certainly understand not having that kind of time. Azots! Thank you so much for the resub, and congrats on your 3-year anniversary. My God, man. Well, there he goes. 8,000 damage. Hello, Kaisha. Welcome. All of the pillars have been lowered, which means maybe we should watch our heads. I love how a moment ago there was only a single pillar supporting that whole shrine at a corner. Video game physics at work. Alright, now let's get those... Oh, wait, no. Hello, Kublai Khan! No, we didn't, but we're going to today. First, though... Who doth awaken me from my slumber? Hey, look, it's Masakato, who never actually joins us in this game, unfortunately. I wish he could. So, thou art the demon who came from afar. I love how his theme isn't menacing or heroic or impressive at all. It's just kind of chill. Just like, oh yeah, he's here. He's dead. He's just hanging out. I am Masakato Taira, guardian of Tokyo for the last 1,000 years. Thou art Franz, art thou not? Okay, breakfast, have a good one. Take it easy. The King of Chaos, who hath gained the powers of demons despite being human. Oh no, dude, I'm a complete demon now. Franz, why hast thou come this far to see me? I just wanted to say hi, man. You know, just thought we'd chill, drink some tea, talk about swords. I see. Thou hast defeated the 4 devas out of sport. 'Cause thou art such a cool dude or something, I guess. Outstanding. Let me ask thee a question. Wilt thou bring peace to Tokyo? Yeah! Yeah, sure. Sure I will. Then I shall lend thee my power. You obtain the Magatama Masa freaking Kados. Farewell. Be it a new world, it is still Tokyo. Thou art the new guardian of the land. Hey, wait though. Tell me more. I look forward to thy world, conqueror. May you prove victorious in your war for peace. Now go, Franz. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Null all except Almighty. Hey, look, max stats. And 162 experience till next level, so we can learn Megidolon right away. And overwrite Void Death. Pretty much, Azots. Pretty much. You can't even get him to join you in this game, unfortunately. Even though he does have a you know, complete model and everything. But, yeah, that's it. Ultimate Magatama is ours. Alright, so let's bring those whom we need to level up a little bit. Bring Cert, Pale Rider, and Beelzebub. Sam, are you only just playing Persona 4 for the first time? Actually, before we leave here... Oh, okay, Sam, I didn't realize that. You know what, we could stand to fight one battle. Good job, Kali. Meanwhile... There we go. Customize your stats. Okay, I guess I'll just put that there. Megidolon, and we can overwrite Void Death, actually. Because we no longer need it, since our Magatama provides us with that same protection. Okay. I want to get that other cube down there. Looks like we have to go this way. Oh, okay, Sam, I gotcha. I don't know why, Sam, but I thought for some reason that you had already played P4G. Another 50,000 Maka. I'll take it. I can't believe it. Lord Masakato actually came down. I was almost crushed. You're a soul. You have no physical mass. I could have sworn there was another cash cube around here somewhere, but... I don't see one. Maybe I did get them all. Yeah, I don't see any more. Well, Lord Gwyn, Nintendo has been firmly in control of the handheld market for decades. The only company that ever even began to compete with them for it was Sega. And I think the fact that the battery life on the Game Gear was about 5 minutes kind of put an end to that. Yes, Cybertron, and now they've come up with a console that is also a handheld. So, I don't see how anybody's going to compete with that. There we go. I think we should be good. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else we need to do now. I don't think... Well, if I were planning on doing New Game Plus, we would want to go complete the boss rush, I suppose, in Amala, but...
Greetings, undead.
I don't think I really feel like doing that. Also, Shindil, thank you so much for the sub. Welcome to the Ragtime Lounge. Really appreciate your support. I don't know, Hearts of Silver. When FromSoft is done with Sekiro, you never know. Thank you, Shindil. I really appreciate that. Well... Well, Lord Gwyn, Demon's Souls was originally started as Kingsfield 5. That's what Demon's Souls was supposed to be before it became Demon's Souls. So there's a lot of unused stuff in its game files. I only know of the one cut Archstone as far as levels. And I definitely know about that because I've seen footage of it, but... Oh, I see Hearts of Silver. Alright, well, Lord Gwyn, Fruit Pie is right. There's a lot of cut dialogue from Bloodborne, in fact, that probably will never see the light of day. If you want to get an idea of what that stuff is, go check out Lance McDonald over on YouTube. Well, Lord Gwyn, I say that only because that's the only stuff that's been cut from Bloodborne that I can talk about without violating NDA. Because it's now already out in public, and I didn't put it there. That's correct, Dallin, yes. He does cut content videos. Information about cut content, Azots. Well, I guess... I guess that's about it, really. Yeah, Dallin, if you haven't seen any of his Souls stuff, it's definitely worth checking out. Quite a few, Anodyne. A lot got cut from Bloodborne. I'm really disappointed that they decided to cut it as hard as they did. No, Lord Gwyn, and I hope they don't. It's enough cut content that it caused the plot of the original game to suffer horribly. But it's plot that's only really related to the original game. And it's a lot to be missing from the original game, but there's no way that it covers enough additional lore to be made into a second one. Oh, okay, we already saved here. No, actually, Lord Gwyn, the old Hunters plot was added later. That stuff wasn't originally written to be part of the base game. That wasn't stuff they added back in after having cut it, like the Artorias DLC was in Dark Souls 1. Old Hunters was just, oh shit, we realized the base game has a dearth of weapons. There are only like 10 weapons in the whole game. Maybe we'd better add more. And also, here's a random side story that doesn't really matter. And of course, even in the Old Hunters DLC, they withhold most of the information that was actually written for the game's story. So they don't even give you a good idea of what's going on there in the first place. What, Lord Gwyn? Lawrence and the Living Failures? Tell you what, though, Lawrence was fun with the Whirligig Saw. As was Ludwig. Yeah, Lord Gwyn, but beasts especially, because they're weak against pretty damn near everything it does. Like, if you buff the Whirligig Saw with a fire paper, and then use a beast blood pellet, you can just watch your opponent's life bar go from full to dead. Armando, thank you so much for the resub. Welcome back, and congrats on a full year. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much for spending your Prime sub on me, of all people, Armando. I do too, Lord Gwyn. I really wish that it had more to it. Like, you know, some attack power.
Greetings.
Onyx Tyrant, thank you as well for the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome to the Ragtime Lounge, or I guess welcome back, because you've been around. Same to you, Onyx Tyrant. Thank you. Alright, now we can save.
Greetings, undead one.
Go-Go, thank you so much for the resub as well. And you again using your Twitch Prime sub on me. Thank you. Ouch, Waifung. Yeah, well, Devil Joe is no joke. He's pretty serious. We did save, right? Yes. All right, let's do it. K2, thank you so much for the resub. Welcome back. I really appreciate that. Actually, let's... Let's bring Metatron and Daisojo. We definitely want our healing and buffs. Welcome back, Decoy. Yes, you did arrive just in time. No Hearts of Silver, no plans for future projects. I'm going to quit streaming and become a janitor. Of course I'm going to be doing future stuff. I don't have anything specific at the moment, though. Hearts of Silver. Huh. Well, thank you, Hearts of Silver. I appreciate it. Maybe, Decoy, but I can't do work like that. And I'm not even sure it would pay that much more. It would just be more stable. And I mean, I have other things that I can fall back on if, for whatever reason, Article 13 kills streaming in the EU. But frankly, I would rather do this. A hitman, Lord Gwyn. Right. I only killed one dude, and now everyone thinks I'm some kind of assassin. I mean... You have proven yourself worthy. Come to me. I can only hope so, Decoy. But that's going to be a long time coming, if ever. Yeah, Sam, but that's not the point. The point is, it's open to vast amounts of copyright fraud. Alright, let's go to Kagutsuchi. Yeah, damn right, Denim. Yeah, more to kill, and there'll be 10 times more if that shit passes. Hey, look, it's Kagutsuchi. How can you be the one standing before me? Why have you been chosen? I came into being for the creation of a new world, and those with reasons came here to make their visions reality. Alas, their dreams were shattered because you killed them all. And the possibility of a new world has been crushed forever. by the hand of a demon. Persuaded by the fallen angel, you destroyed the seeds of creation, denying the reincarnation of the world. With the cold heart of a demon, you rejected the possibility of evolution. By casting aside your humanity, you became the living incarnation of Bane itself. Yeah, cool, huh? Be gone, accursed one. I shall never forgive you for causing the death of the world. My light, searing with anger, shall wipe you from existence. Yep, now we get to fight the gigantic evil disco ball of light, I guess. Debilitate. Rakukaja. Nah, more to kill. Kagutsuchi is just the agent. The world would have ended anyway, regardless. By going with the true demon ending, what the Demi-Fiend is doing is, freeing the world from the control of the Great Will. Tempest, thank you so much for the resub. Welcome back. Really appreciate that. Alright, we're going to actually pass. Oh, whoops. Okay. We're going to debilitate. Going to Rakukaja. No, Lord Gwyn. The Vortex world collapses when Kagutsuchi dies. And at that point, it becomes a world of darkness where demons can live freely. And it positions Lucifer and the demons for the final battle with the Great Will. Yeah, Decoy, they've, I'm pretty sure, always treated the true demon ending as though it's the canon ending to Nocturne. We want to get all our buffs done now. Okay, or that, that's fine. No, amateur, the great will of the universe, which is basically God. Right, I think we need one more... One more debilitate. And Kagutsuchi will stay debilitated even between phases. He does not have Dekunda or Dekaja, at least not that I remember. That's correct, Bob. Jehovah is an avatar of the Great Will. But the Great Will and Jehovah are actually at odds by the time of Nocturne. They're not getting along. To the extent that in worlds where Jehovah is intervening, the Great Will actually sends messiahs to thwart Jehovah. Gogo, this thing is called Kagutsuchi. You're about to see its true form when we deal a little bit of damage to it, but... Tarukaja. Get one more Rakukaja. Oh, okay, we've reached the limit already. Oh no! Whatever am I gonna do? Okay, that's 2 Tarukajas. Basically, whenever Kagutsuchi gets to full, he will use that move. Which is a lot more dangerous if you don't buff. Yeah, Decoy, this isn't even his final form. Right, that's 4 Tarukajas. I actually shouldn't have had Kaiser pass there. Well! So much for waiting. I guess we'll just Makakaja. Oh, really, Decoy? Is that worse? Damn it, I didn't mean to have Kaiser skip again. Alright, I guess that's how that's gonna work. Yeah, Go-Go, he's not bad. Okay, so now... I've got 60 Soma droplets because I ended up getting so damn many gems from farming the stupid Kalpa tunnel in Amala. Oh, you know what? And I forgot to get Dante. That's what I meant to do. Oh well. I guess it's too late now. Sorry. Alright, you know what? We can start laying in here. Now this should... We'll go one more Makakaja, I think. Yep, that should be 4. And we'll heal to full because... There he is! So this is a sort of geometric approximation of Jehovah's face. Alright, now hopefully Fire of Sinai will hit twice here. Yes, it did! 2,000 damage. And let's just take some MP, why don't we? Yoink! 380 MP we just stole. I am Destiny! So he wastes a lot of turns here, actually. He'll alternate talking to you and using infinite light. There we go. Oh, only one hit. Bah. Alright, we should probably heal here, because he's about to use his ultimate attack, which hopefully won't do that much damage. Yeah, it still hurts, but it's survivable. That attack is what wipes unprepared parties in hard mode, by the way. Let me just see. Did we actually get 4 Mucket? Yes, we did. I am the truth. Actually, you are the dead. $2,000 damage. Not bad. But you can begin to see, though, why magic becomes so useless at the end of the game. Because even though Metatron is dealing 2,000 damage sometimes with Fire of Sinai, Kaiser is dealing 8,000 damage on a non-critical attack with a physical move. And if that were to crit, it'd probably be closer to 13 or 14,000 damage. So magic just becomes crap at the end. Which is really unfortunate. I wish it were better. Let's see what a regular physical attack does, actually. 1,000. So his physical attack is doing more than Fire of Sinai, unless Fire of Sinai hits twice. And that's why physical attacks in this game suck. Magic attacks, rather, not physical. I am the will! Better get some more MP so we don't have to restore it at the beginning of the next battle. And actually, we're going to use this turn to recover a bit. Okay, maybe I should have waited. How foolish! What good can come of this when you are tainted black? Be forewarned, demon who was once human. Though I may perish, your soul will never again be at ease. The final hour is imminent. Darkness shall face justice in the last battle. You will not escape from the fire of judgment. Let fear grip your heart. Because of your transgressions, you will be cursed for all eternity. I am somewhat worried about the fact that I didn't heal everyone before I killed him, because I don't think they recover your HP in between battles. I think you just get what you get. And if this boss starts off with an AoE, we might be in trouble. Kagutsuchi lost its light by the hand of a demon. The world will never be born again. Creation is no longer possible. Be born, grow, die, and be born again. That was the way of the world. One demon has changed that. A world is created, populated by mankind, and destroyed. This cycle is what maintains the flow of time. When the cycle stops, so does time. And now time has met her death. In place of the creation of the new world, a new power of darkness has emerged, reigning over chaos, heaping death upon death. You must no longer have any notion of where your strength will lead you. The Great Will shall curse you for going against his way, and place a heavy burden of atonement on your shoulders, which you shall bear for all eternity. Fear not, for only by receiving that curse can you truly walk the path of conquest. But first, I must know the extent of the power of darkness you hold within. Behold the supreme power of darkness, created by none other than the Great Will himself. Here it is! Did you see him smile slightly as darkness fell? Ah, there it is, though. Here it comes. Oh, look! It's him! There he is, finally! In before he just wipes me out with Root of Evil as his first move. Oh, no! Oh, we did get fully healed, okay. I was gonna say, I don't remember being fully healed in between these battles, but I guess this is the one mercy that Atlas does for us. That wasn't a common thing in these old games. Also, if you look in the upper left corner, you'll see that Kagutsuchi is now super dead. He's gone. He's just done. He went bye-bye. He lives on a farm now. Alright, well... we are damn well going to debilitate him. He can use Dekunda and Dekaja, but he uses them infrequently enough that it's still worth buffing and debuffing. And we definitely want to get our defense as high as possible. Before we start in here. Honestly, as much as I would like to keep Beelzebub, I think we might be better off switching in Vishnu because he can heal. Oh, great, but Vishnu's not immune to ailments. Fortunately, I have plenty of healing items. Thanks for wasting your turn, idiot. Of course Vishnu goes next. I hate wasting turns. That's correct, Fujiwara. This is the true final boss if you go for the true demon ending. And we want to avoid doing damage off the bat here until we get all our buffs ready. Sort of, Lord Gwyn, sort of. Give Metatron a Soma droplet. The one thing I really hate about Lucifer is that his normal attacks are almighty, so physical defense does not stop them, and they have a very, very high chance of crit. No, it's not Pierce, Lord Gwyn. They behave the same way as Freykugel, where they're considered a normal attack, so they can be countered with Avenge, but they deal almighty damage, so they just bypass physical defense entirely. Doesn't matter if it's Repel or what. Yeah, he is more to kill, because he's the ultimate boss. Yeah, Hearts of Silver, because what else would you expect from a boss like this? That's correct, Lord Gwyn, but you never actually fight him in his pre-fallen form. Like, you never actually fight Hellel. At least not in any of the SMT games I've ever played. He does more to kill, but it's not called Lucifer. It's called Hellel. Alright, let's get our buffs going. This is full Tarukaja. So yeah, we should be good to lay into him now. Somehow, though, I feel like that didn't do the amount of damage I was expecting it to. Oh, we've reached our limit of Tarukaja. There we go! That's more like it. Now, this boss has 65,535 HP. So I just did about 1/6 of his max HP in one attack. Yeah, Decoy, it would be really handy here Because I'm constantly losing track of my buffs and debuffs. Tempest, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Denim. Really appreciate that. Welcome back, Denim. Of course, now he's close to the point where he's going to start using his really dangerous stuff. And he's probably going to use it all at once. He's probably going to go Dekunda and Dekaja right away. Oh, right! I forgot. He's basically immune to almighty damage. Because they thought it would be funny to give him complete resistance to everything and force you to use Pierce to have any chance in hell of defeating him. Yeah, Decoy, but that doesn't do us any good here. Come on, crit. Yeah! So he should be below half health now, which I believe is going to cause him to start using Dekunda and Dekaja. Might as well get in some extra damage while we can, I guess. Boost or no boost. Yup, there it is. Yeah, Wifing, I pointed that out earlier. Kagutsuchi is dead because, you know, we kind of killed him. Oh, I have made him mad. We're at phase 2 now, amateur. So this is the point where we need to kill him as quickly as possible, because all he is going to do from now on is spam Root of Evil and High King. High King is the attack I'm really worried about. Because that is basically his version of Infinite Light. Azot's all of my physical attackers have Dark Might. But unfortunately, no. Jesus, you see how even with like 800 HP, Vishnu and Metatron barely survived that? So, no, unfortunately, new Kagutsuchi is not the same as dead Kagutsuchi. I originally thought that as well, but sadly it doesn't work that way. Alright, we're gonna have to toss Daisojo a Soma droplet here. Because clearly absorbing MP is not gonna work. Oh, good, and because one of us dodged it, he lost a turn. Well, there he goes. That was actually a really good Lucifer fight. I was worried. We never even saw High King. He never even got to use that. And he never used Dekunda or Dekaja either. He can. But yeah, that was nice and clean. I could not have asked for better RNG on the moves he used. Yeah, what's even stupider, Zabronieth, is that we get the level up screen after that battle. Because you don't get to keep any of the experience or money you get from this. When you create a new save file, the experience your demons gain from the final battles is not reflected. Only what's in your compendium. And you can't add them to the compendium after the final battle. And you don't carry over your money to New Game Plus in this game, unfortunately. The only thing you carry over is your compendium. And if you beat all of the time trials in Amala, you carry that over as well. But that's it, sadly. Well, here's the true demon ending. Well done! You've proven yourself with your awesome power. Look at this. Oh hey, they were the same after all. All of you who have lurked in darkness and waited faithfully for this day, hear me. A new demon of darkness has been born. The time has come. Yeah! Together, let us march onward! Now we get the freaking red eyes. Really wish we got those to keep. To the final battle, where our true enemy awaits! I love how, if you look closely, Zochoten and a bunch of the non-evil gods are in there. You have created a new demon in your heart's likeness, fallen angel? Then doom shall set us apart. Now and forevermore. The Great Will, Azots. It's the Great Will that we're off to fight, more to kill. No, Kagutsuchi is not the Great Will. Kagutsuchi is an avatar of the Great Will. But it's not the Great Will itself. Nihirusi, you do fight the Great Will in, I want to say, Persona 2? No, not Persona 2. The original Megami Tensei, I think, maybe. You fight him in one of those early games. Yeah, SMT 2. Or maybe it was just Megami Tensei 2, Lord Gwyn, but yeah. It was one of the really early ones. In which you actually fight the Great Will. Yeah, Denim, maybe that was it. I don't remember. Well, look at that. All our memorable moments of just fighting the fiends, and that's all. Oh, and Dante, whom we never even had any reason to recruit because they didn't give him Pierce. Yeah, it's Beelzebub. Oh yeah, canon-wise, more to kill, yes, but in terms of his actual moveset, no, because he doesn't have the Pierce ability, so he would have no way of dealing any significant damage. And I love how they cover some of these images with the credits to the extent that you can't even see the images. That one is Baal Avatar falling apart. Ah, sorry, Shindale. Yeah, you can always check the VOD. There's when we killed Kagutsuchi, and he almost fell on us. That's a good question, Zabronieth. I don't actually know the answer to that. I would imagine at least some of them. Although, I'm not even sure that Kazuma Kaneko is working with Atlas anymore, now that you mention it. He might have moved on. Oh yeah, and there's our nice... Look! Cozy Okada! I wonder if that was meant to be Koji Okada. U.S. localization. There's one name in the U.S. localization that I recall, William Alexander, that's the guy. Bill Alexander is his name, and he was responsible for a ton of different localizations in this era. He did a lot of localization for Squaresoft, I think. I believe he localized Legend of Mana, and he did a bunch of other really iconic localizations around this time. Save news cycle. Demon Compendium will carry over when you restart with this file. Well, actually, we'll do it just so that I can show everybody the, what was it? The jacket. A lot of it still is, Lord Gwyn. Japan really has very different sensibilities when it comes to what's acceptable and what's not. Some of those sensibilities, unfortunately, are quite ill-advised. Alright, we'll just... KR Black, you want to know what's an even better example? Only Japan would find something like that to be acceptable. Well, no, okay, not only Japan, but Japan's the first country that comes to my mind. We're gonna go with the leather jacket, just to show everyone what it looks like. You prefer a new look, then? I'm sure you'll like it. Yeah. Well, yeah, Decoy, and Marcus would have ended up in the same situation that I'm in now. Where... he would have gotten burned out anyway just trying to fuse demons. Like, the way that he was playing the game, because he insisted on not save scumming or cheating, well, not cheating, but, you know, not spending tons of time grinding and min-maxing, because he chose to avoid that, he would have had a miserable time. Doesn't matter, Denim. You don't get away with that kind of satire in the West. And they play it quite straight for a satire. Yeah, ain't it, Denim? Oh, Yami. No problem, Mark. I do my very best to finish what I start. So here is our leather jacket. Ziramaru, because she's supposedly... Whoops. Oh, well. She is supposedly, one of the important characters, even though you never see her, and her role in the story is quite insignificant. But yeah, boy, how about, that early aughts, uncomfortably tight leather jacket with that unrealistically thin waist and those super buff, disproportionate shoulders and chest. Yeah, it does scream 70s, Decoy. But Japan is all about that. They're all about some 1970s. He spent $8,000 on it. Yeah, I guess he did. So anyway, that's the alternate costume you unlock by beating the game. I don't even think you're able to keep the jacket on once you get to the Vortex world. I think no matter what happens, you lose the jacket anyway. So there's not really much point. No, Denim, unfortunately, it's not worth it. Yeah, I think it does change your base stats a little, Anodyne, but not in a significant way. It is, Neoversi. They really want you to see those demonic tattoos. Honestly, I just wish the jacket came with some long pants. 'Cause come on. These shorts just look so terrible. Oh yeah, Theron, actually, I believe that once you beat the game, there was supposed to be a way to, yeah, there it is. So, yeah. Huh, customer? Are you heading to Yoyogi Park too? After the incident, we've had a lot of looky-loos, but not so many customers. Yeah, I've heard about it. So, yeah, you can, you have to beat the game to unlock this, though. Where you have to... It's just kind of stupid, but you can go back to the traditional, like, Persona 1 and original Megami Tensei perspective. Neither do I, Grim Slacker. I have no idea. I don't know why they force you to unlock this. It's really pretty stupid. So that's it, everyone. That is Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne. Yeah, Anodyne, it sounds like Hardtype makes some very good changes. Yeah, Yami, we beat the game. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take about, I don't know, 25 minutes, half an hour to go get some food. And then I guess we're going to switch over to Resident Evil 2 Remake and start Leon A. So I hope you'll all stick around, because I'm not done quite yet. Yeah, Shindale, it's even more tragic that by the time you get Dante, he's useless. Oh, thanks, Yami. Thanks. Appreciate that. So, let me see here. I'm going to have to restart the stream in order to get RE2 going. So, yeah, I recommend, KR, that you all take this opportunity to get some food. Giant mouth... Oh, Pisaka! Decoy. Yeah. Sadly, he is. Alright. I will catch all of you in about half an hour. Go grab yourselves some food, go grab a snack, and I will catch all of you back here once we are properly fed. And thank you all so much for joining me for Nocturne. I really appreciate that so many of you stuck with me till the very end here. 'Cause, yeah, this took a little while. Circular, thank you so much for the resub. Welcome back. And congrats on your 1-year anniversary. Really appreciate that. Yeah, Decoy, I will. I just literally have to stop it and then start it again. We'll do that now.